if this is 70-year-old Justin watching this, I hope it all worked out. Man, what if that's not hook? Shit. Alrighty guys, I'm going to invite you behind the scenes on what a shoot looks like in Justin Bishop's world. Today we're going to be taking out the Evergreen Dream II from Vanspeed and getting a couple shots of both photo and video. We're going to start it out at home where we're shooting the van in the front yard, just kind of looking like it's sitting in the front yard pretty like it will most of the time. And then we'll wrap it up down here at the beach where we'll wait for sunset and hopefully get some nice light hitting off of it. Today is a very special day because for the first time, I think in my life, I'm taking a fully built out adventure van. Basically what I'm trying to get my van to look like. Here we are. Let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome to the Evergreen Dream II. This thing is an absolute beast. I cannot wait to show you the inside and what this thing can do. If you've ever thought about having an adventure van to go out and explore and have a good weekend with the family or friends, this thing might be it. There are a ton of options out there for vans, whether you do it yourself, pre-built, a little bit of in between, and I think I found the perfect partner to be building out my van. One of the biggest drivers for me in life is chasing your passions and making them a part of your life and who you are, because I think when you're following your passions, that's when you're most alive and when you make others feel most alive. And naturally, social media algorithms do their magic because when you're on your phone scrolling and scrolling, it's gonna feed you the stuff that you want. And let me tell you, when it fed me Vanspeed stuff, I was stoked. Just like me, their passion comes from being active in the outdoors, whether that be in the mountains, the beach, the desert, and everything in between that it has to offer. They're built to last, and let me tell you, they look clean doing it. Now there's a lot of cool things about these vans, but honestly my favorite part is that they are designed and made here in California in Huntington Beach, because we need to go back to the good old days where things were made in the USA. Because both of us were born and bred in California, we share a lot of the same passions of enjoying the outdoors, whether that be in the mountains, the ocean, the deserts, or anything in between. I mean, look at this place. This is honestly kind of nicer than where I live right now, and I can take it anywhere at any time and honestly do just about anything. Owning and building a van can be super stressful. If you've been here, you know how much can go wrong and how much there is that you do and don't know about the vehicle. So having them local here in the United States and California even has been great because they're amazing customer service. You can pick up the phone and call them and they fix the problems right on the dot. All right, let me tell you a little bit about the van that we are currently in. This van seats 4 people and comfortably sleeps 2 of them. You can get another person up front in a blow-up mattress if you really wanted to, so you can get up to 3 or 4 people in here depending on how cozy you like to get, which means you can have a full packed van with your family. You've got a kitchen, you've got a sink, you've got a full shower out the back to rinse off and keep the van clean. There isn't really much more you need for going out on a weekend adventure with your friends or family. Now, if you're looking to have your van built out by someone else, make sure you get a Mercedes-Benz certified installer. You don't want to have somebody that's a little bit janky screwing up your car that you just put all this time and money into. So having an official dealer like Vanspeed at your side is crucial when you want everything to look exquisite. I think I'm done talking. I think it's time to take some B-roll shots because I've run out of things to say. The key to good photos is getting smacked in the face with a branch. No, I'm kidding. It's putting stuff in the foreground, like this tree or this mailbox. Let's see if I can frame anything up with the mailbox. This might be a good shot. There it is. Oh yeah. Oh. Alright, so for me, when building and thinking and strategizing about almost anything in life, especially this van, there's a few key important parts. The first being, it's gotta be durable. I'm gonna put it through its paces. I'm gonna abuse and use the tools and toys that I have. So from the get-go, do it right or it's gonna cost you more than you think. The second most important thing for me is it's got to look sleek, it's got to feel modern, it's got to feel luxury, and the mix of those two things is an actual possibility and in today's manufacturing world, this is a full possibility with the high-end feel, with the durability. Materials have come a super long way, so I'm super stoked to build something that hopefully will last as long as me and take the abuse as well as me, because we all know the masochist Justin loves the abuse. It gives us life, so if it gives me life, I'm hoping it can give the van some life. Alright, so first place I wanted to post up was Strands Beach, a very classic van spot. They're not as cool with vans anymore, but they have these really tall palm trees, and when you punch in, they look pretty stellar. So you go like so, frame it in, punch it, and that's what they look like. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Let's go to the next spot. All right, now that we have backed in, let's get this van opened up. What do you say? Alrighty, we made it to our second location, Capo Beach here in Dana Point. This is a really good spot because guess what? You can park almost directly on the sand. So went ahead and do that. We're shooting some stuff and getting some wides and making this thing look like a dream. Because it is. It's the Evergreen Dream II, baby. Let's check it out. Alright, so one of the best things in these vans is these overhead cabinets. They are slow pop up, and watch how slowly they go down. So smooth. Inside this top cabinet here, you've got your solar charger, your inverter, your water tank, and the pump for that, both the shower in the back and the faucet up here in the front for whenever you need. It's super convenient when you're here. Back here, if you open that up, you get a little bit more storage. Battery system's in there. You just take the hose. So you just throw it in there and twist it, and then just like that, you have an active hose. I didn't go surfing today, but it's great. Water pressure is no joke either. So, and then over in this corner we have the kitchen, which has this awesome pop-up table. When you're driving, it's got a super strong magnet down there, so it holds on and connects to right there. It doesn't rattle around. This is a great faucet, has both your jet and stream options like a normal kitchen. And then that just drains down into the jerry can there. Over here you got, your cabinets for kitchen utensils and all of that with your standard. Alright, so one of the cool things about this is this back part can actually slide out into an additional bench. You've got your hinges down here. This just slides out. You get your backing there. Throw this backing here. And all of a sudden, you've got even more seating, even more workspace, and a different mode of transportation. So for me, the whole idea with van life and these adventure builds is quite literally to be able to post up at the beach with your laptop, have Starlink connected to the solar, and this is essentially the same as working in an office. I would argue it's even better than working in an office because it doesn't get better than this. It doesn't get better than this. What I'm missing? There it is. Now it's perfect. Now, a lot of people think you buy a van for road trips. That's not really the case for me. I bought it because something in my life needed to move, and it's the closest thing that I could come to that. And for me personally, I've spent the last decade creating stories for other people, other brands, other company, others events, and it's finally time to start creating stories for myself. For me, my biggest goal in life has always been to be an inspiration, not really to anyone else necessarily, more to myself, from the 7-year-old version and then the 70-year-old version. That way I'm kind of thinking out for past me, future me, while in the present. Being able to do that is something that has been a blessing and a curse, to say the least. That's a pretty cool thing to think about, because you're thinking about future you and past you, but you're obviously living in the present, and I think the van is the perfect way to live in the present currently, forcing you to slow down, really enjoy the steps, and take the slow route. So when I was looking into the van and hoping to find partners and people to work with, Vanspeed was the first on my list, and that connected me with the Van Mart. And so we've been working and strategizing to turn my brand new 170 all-wheel drive into the ultimate adventure mobile. And let me tell you, it's gonna be a beast when it's finished, but it's gonna take some work, and I'm gonna need some help. And if you're one of those companies or one of these people that might know somebody or wants to be involved, let me know. We're gonna be creating a lot of bangers. I've only had my van for about 2 months. I'll link the van page below so that you can see the active and live things coming out on my website. That's gonna have the van life from different companies that I'm working with and all the personal projects that I'm working on, because I think that like this is what it's all about. Maybe not necessarily with the laptop and finishing up work, but this is what it's about. And 2026 is about getting back to the roots of who we are and what we're meant to be, and what we're meant to be is calm and peace, and I don't think there's a better way to do that in a van, and also achieve a lot of job opportunities and being able to get into the middle of nowhere. I'm going out to Paris to go skydiving and jump out of a balloon tomorrow morning. We're going to stay in this so that we can get there before sunrise and do a bunch of filming. And that sentence alone is a pretty crazy thing, because then we're going to road trip up the coast and go to Pismo Beach and stay on the beach and go up to Monterey and then into Yosemite. And then I'm going to come back to Beyond Wonderland next weekend and shoot a 2-day music festival. And for me, that's just a normal week. But I think that stepping back and saying that and really being grateful for where we're at and the life we've been able to build with everything is a blessing. So I'm excited to get my van up to speed on where this Vanspeed van might be, and that's why it's called Join the Journey with Justin. I like my alliterations, or whatever they're called. So we're getting there. So if this is your first time here, you've been here for a while, thank you for making it this far, and I can't wait to share this journey with you. I need a couple name ideas. I'm still searching. I know I'm not going to find it for a while, but the Dot World Express is currently what I'm just coining it. It's going to have a name and then have that as the tail end. So if you got any suggestions, let me know. After another successful shoot and adventure, it's unfortunately time to get this van back to Vanspeed and get building on mine. We'll hit those next steps and get this thing rolling. All right, cut. I don't know.